Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, all series videos. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on unfortunate love. Guess what? You will not believe what I'm about to say. But guess what? As the marriage rituals begins, you will not believe what happened. Rishi stood up and confessed his love to Lakshmi in front of everyone, in front of Panditji, in front of Neelam, Malishka, wife to be. Oh my God. Confessed his love to Lakshmi, and Lakshmi was shocked. He did not stop there. Rishi proposed to marry Lakshmi in front of them and said he cannot wait to marry her. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, download this video, share this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. The episode starts with Charlotte telling Rishi that the guy Rishi is daddy's faraway relative from America. He says the relative asked daddy to tell about any good girl, and who else is good than Lakshmi D for daddy. She asks Rishi if there is any girl important than Lakshmi. Rishi says, for me also, there is no girl than Lakshmi. Bani says, that guy got lucky as he will get my sister Lakshmi. She says, I thought you will marry her, but you didn't, so I shall stop calling you as Jiju. Sonia says, nobody is nobody's Jiju here. Bani says, I thought you loved D, but you have broken my heart. She searches for something. Sonia asks, what are you searching? Bani says, I am searching for proof. She gets the marriage album and says Jiju has kept it safe till now as he loves D even now. Sonia says they are divorced now. Bani says D has given him divorce. Shalu says divorce is divorce. Bani says he might love Malishka and that's why he's marrying her. She says daddy has searched the guy who is having the same name, Rishi, and says now D can't refuse to daddy. Shalu says Jiju doesn't love D and asks Sonia. Sonia says he doesn't love Lakshmi. Shalu says if he had loved D, then he would have proposed her. Sonia says he loves Malishka and that's why he divorced Lakshmi. Bani says I thought wrong that he loves D, but he doesn't, so that's why we shall get her married to that Rishi. Shalu says we didn't ask that Rishi. Sonia says even mom doesn't refuse to daddy's saying. Rishi asks if Lakshmi agreed for the wedding. Shalu says D can't refuse daddy and says I am happy that you are marrying, and D is also marrying Rishi. Bani asks if we will go there to check and says how can we say this? Shalu says it is destiny and says we shall call Jiju as Rishi Oberon and shall remember that he will not express his love to D. Sonia asks them to go. Bani and Shalu say bye Rishi Oberoi and goes. Neelam calls Panditji and asks him to come. Karishma asks Neelam why Lakshmi is sitting here. Neelam says today Rishi and Malishka's wedding shall happen. She says she has kept her in front of her so that no hurdle come in the way. Karishma says good idea and says I have asked Sonia and Sonal to keep an eye on Mom, Ayush and Verenda Bai. Sonia comes there and tells that she heard Shalu and Bani telling that daddy has such a guy for Lakshmi. Daddy comes there. Karishma asks her. Daddy tells her she will get Lakshmi married to Rishi. She says he is in America. Neelam says America and says it is good that Lakshmi will go abroad. Lakshmi asks, what are you saying? Daddy asks her to come to the room and talk to her. Neelam says Lakshmi will not go anywhere and says after marriage, you can take her to your room. She says she doesn't want any hurdle to come in the marriage. She says Pandit Ji has come and asks Lakshmi to come with her. Pandit Ji comes and says, you have kept the marriage today. Neelam says yes and asks him to do the arrangements. Kiran tells Malishka that she is very happy today. Malishka says she is worried as Lakshmi is still here. Kiran says Neelam has taken Lakshmi in her control and asks her to be with her. She says today you will marry. Rishi looks at Lakshmi and his marriage photo album. Malishka comes there and snatches the album from his hand. She asks what he's seeing. Rishi says, yours and my marriage dream. Malishka asks really and tells that he has seen dream after a lot of time and says she is ready for the marriage. She says she is very happy today. Shalu and Bani come to Daddy and tells that they have done the work. Bani tells Daddy that Sonia heard them when they were talking. Verenda asks Daddy to see that Neelam has done all the arrangements. Abe thanks Neelam for getting the marriage done. Malishka and Rishi comes downstairs. Shalu says, come on Jiju, express your love to Dee. Bani says, if you don't say it now, then you will not get a chance again. Ayush says, don't do it, man. Rishi inner self tells him that today is the last day for him to confess his love to Lakshmi and asks him to go and tell her. Rishi recalls Lakshmi asking him to not tell this to anyone and asking him to give her swear. Lakshmi is behind Neelam. Sona says, you both are best couple. Malishka says, we will compensate for the missed time and will enjoy our lives so much that people will watch. Abe takes off bad eye from them and gives money to Mukesh to give to the poor. He tells that marriage shall happen today. Kiran says our names get ruined when the function stops. Abe asks them to marry and be happy all life. Malishka says nobody can stop our marriage today. Karishma asks them to sit on their place. They sit on the sofa. Lakshmi looks at Rishi. Rishi also looks at her. Neelam asks Pandit Ji to make them get God's blessings first, before marriage, and says today this marriage shall happen. She asks Malishka and Rishi to go with Pandit Ji and take God's blessings. Rishi and Malishka go from there. Daddy tells her teammate that if Rishi passes today, then they will pass today. Ayush says Rishi Bai will top the test. Rishi recalls Shalu and Bani's marriage and imagines his marriage with Malishka while Lakshmi is standing with someone else. Pandit Ji asks Malishka to keep the flower in front of God and Goddess. But the flower keeps falling. Malishka asks if God is not blessing me. Pandit Ji keeps the flower and says, take the blessings now. Malishka says, we got the blessings now, and says, now we will exchange rings and we'll marry. Then nobody will come between us. Sonia tells Sonal that Daddy is getting Lakshmi married. Sonal asks, are you sure? And says Daddy must be planning something. Lakshmi comes first for her. Malishka asks Rishi to smile for her. Ayush comes there and asks Rishi to say, I love you. He says, you love and realize also, then you shall confess. Malishka thinks Lakshmi Puppet has taken a turn today and asking Rishi to say, I love you to me. She says, Rishi will say whenever he likes. Ayush says this is the last chance, as this is the marriage day. Time will not come again. He asks him to say and goes. Malishka asks him to say those 3 magical moments and says you didn't say it since so many months. She asks him to make the moment memorable and say to her, I love you. Neelam asks Sonia to call Pandit Ji. Sonia comes to Malishka and tells that her marriage rituals will start now. Shalu comes to Rishi and says, you are marrying and Dee will marry too, and says, bye Rishi or Beroin. The episode starts with Sonia telling Neelam that Pandit Ji has come. Rishi's inner self asks himself, what is he doing? What is he waiting for? And says, you love someone and is marrying someone else. And says, you are ruining 3 lives. He says nobody will be happy and asks him to go and tell Lakshmi that he wants to marry her and asks him to get up. Rishi gets up from the sofa. Everyone is surprised. Rishi's inner self asks him to go and tell Lakshmi how much he loves her. Lakshmi turns to go just as he comes near her. Rishi holds her hand. Shalu, Ayush, and Bani get hopeful. Daddy is happy too. Ayush says, it seems our words have worked. Shalu and Bani says that we will pass and Gigi will pass too. Neelam is about to stop Rishi, but Verenda stops her and asks her to see what is happening. Ayush says in low tone, please say Rishi bye. Rishi says, I love you, Lakshmi. Lakshmi supporters get happy. Malishka's supporters get shocked. Rishi says, I love you, Lakshmi. I love you so much. He says, I know that you don't want me to tell this in front of anyone. Sorry, but if I don't say it now, then it will be too late. He says, I love you and wants to make you mine and wants to marry you. Neelam shouts, Rishi. She goes to him and asks if you are in your senses. Rishi says, I know what I'm saying, and tells that he is in his conscience. He says he's saying the truth and says, I was scared thinking what you will say and what others will feel, and says this is the truth, that I love Lakshmi. Neelam asks him to shut up. Malishka is upset and shocked. Rishi says, Mom, I am sorry, but I will marry Lakshmi. Neelam raises her hands to slap him, but Verenda asks Neelam not to slap him and says they are grown up now. He says if Rishi loves Lakshmi, then it's okay, and says Lakshmi was your choice. Neelam says you are saying this now and tells that I felt Rishi and Malishka's love since their childhood. Verenda says Rishi has to feel and not you. He says Rishi have realized this now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.